What's good? What's good? It's your boy OG Fly Guy, Edward Whitfield, tapping in with you. I'm my boy Sir.Fetti. We live, you know. Just wanted to come and kick a little game, you know.
It sounds crazy, but like the reason why Donald Trump is one of my favorite human beings, other than the fucked up shit that he may do, is just like who he is on this earth to himself.
That's some real shit. That's some real shit.
Like, having money or not, like, he actually believes anything is possible in his life.
And that's the difference right there between a person who has it and the person who don't. It's all in the decision of you was right when you thought you could and you was right when you thought you couldn't.
Exactly.
That's why I be trying to get people to understand. Like, people be like, oh damn, you do this and that, and oh, you accomplish this and that, and you damn right. It's because when I woke up, I thought I could. Like, the little engine that could. You feel me? Like, G shit, like, all my life, like, a nigga always been, like, of smaller stature, like, of my teeth was crooked as a mug. Like, I had braces for the greatest. So, like, I was always, like, fighting uphill. You feel me? So, it's like, and then it's like, I wasn't gonna lose or accept defeat or become like a victim. You know what I'm saying? So what you gotta do, you gotta win. And I feel like, personally, the moment I won is the moment I thought and made up in my mind that I'm gonna win. And that brings me to another point of one of the greatest, most powerful speeches I ever listened to was by Brother Nur Muhammad, where he was saying the most powerful thing in the world is a made-up mind. And he broke it down mathematically. So philosophically and mathematically, the most powerful thing on this world and beyond as we know it is a made-up mind, literally. Look up the video, Brother Nur Muhammad speaks to Thurgood Marshall High School. One of the most powerful videos I ever heard.
That was a good video.
Yeah, even I had to share it. That's how hard it was. I shared it to anybody who I really fuck with. Like, nah, you gotta see this. Like, you gotta, like, tap in.
It's definitely one of those videos you gotta play if you don't mind not watching it in the car. While you're driving, while you're going somewhere. Ideally before, you know, work, before the gym. I watched it before I went to the gym. I just played it.
Yeah.
And that made my workout better. Because everything comes down to, like, clarity of mind. And then once you have clarity, then you can make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get good at making decisions, you can then manifest.
Exactly.
Cause whose song was it yesterday? I think it was Janae Aiko. She was saying in the song, you do too much planning and not enough manifesting. And that's why I brought it up earlier.
That's real.
So I'm just like, we all made plans. But manifesting is different because manifestation is the creation and, like, bringing something to life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we can plan all day, but if, like, we plan to do things all day, nothing will get done. Imagine you plan to pay your rent. How your landlord gonna feel?
G shit.
Like, I plan to do it.
Right. G shit though, bro. And then that's what makes humans much different than any other, like, species, any other. Think about it. We able to go from thought, like literal thought, to thinking about something, to speaking about it, to planning it out.
What if Harriet Tubman was like, yeah, I plan to free the slaves?
You know what I mean?
What if Rosa Parks was like, yeah, I plan to sit in the back of the bus? Like, I'm pretty sure when she got on that bus, in her mind, she was just like, I think I'm gonna sit on the back of the bus today. Mm-hmm. But if that was just a thought, and a lot of people have thoughts, we all have thoughts, good, bad, crazy, insane. We all have thoughts, but not everyone acts on those thoughts. And that's the difference between crazy people and, like, quote unquote, normal people. It's not the thoughts they have, it's how they act on those thoughts.
Facts. That's a fact.
And that's why it's just like, you gotta manifest. It's different. I feel like that's what I learned yesterday. That's what I came to after, my little, let's say, drive.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, bro.
All that planning shit is dead, man.
You gotta think about what you think about, and then you gotta bring that shit into
It gotta
life.
be real. It gotta be like in your mind. It's a finished product, and that's always been my superpower. Is like if I can think about it, I'm gonna do it. If I can see it, I can do it.
Facts.
And nothing in my mind is like I can't do it. That's just never been a roadblock for me.
Facts.
But
that's the
I spent
difference.
too much time planning because in my mind I'm thinking that what we're trying to accomplish is so big that it requires all these plans. But it's just like you punch in the address to your GPS and then you get in the car and go.
Yeah.
Like you don't just print out the map quest.
What I used to say all the time, there's a lifetime of the opportunity and there's the opportunity of the lifetime. You got a lifetime opportunity and then you only got that window where that opportunity lasts. So you got to strike while the match hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mitch was saying that the other day. He was like, if you think that opportunity is going to come again, it's not.
It's not. I saw that.
It's not.
And me and my dogs used to live by that in school. I used to live by that at FAMU.
Yeah.
And you think the opportunity will come again, it's not. And if you know, you know.
It's not.
It's not. So you gotta strike while it's hot. Feel me? Even how I got into corporate, that opportunity, the window of that opportunity was so slim. If I didn't position myself in that room and talk to the specific people I was talking to, and by the grace of God, the person walked by who needed to walk by, which we all started having a conversation. That's literally how I made it to one of the top 50 companies in the Fortune 500, fresh out of college, with all whatever determinants and deterrents that people think or whatever roadblocks people think they run into. If I could do it, anybody could do it. And that's just one small example. We got plenty, millions of examples of people coming through and overcoming shit, right? It starts mentally though. So that's what we really trying to drive home. Is just like get out your own way, get out your own head and take action, right? Make it happen, right? Like you said with the GPS example. You don't put in the GPS and then sit there and think about the address. You fucking go.
If you spend all day thinking about the best route to get to your destination, you are not going to get there. You just start driving. You see that roadblock, make the turn. Recalculate, make a U-turn, make a left, make a right. Take a different route that you haven't taken before. But as long as you have that shit in your GPS, you're going to get to your destination as long as you keep driving towards that destination. But you sit there and plan on the best route, what car you want to take, what fuel stops you want to make, all that want shit is dead. You need to just start driving.
Facts. Get up and go. Yeah, bro. Hey, that's the difference though, bro. People be bullshitting. To be honest, that's the main thing. Everybody think they got time and shit. Like, I'm gonna be real. I damn near remember being 17, 18, 20, 21. Well, I just turned 28. Like, I remember all that. So it's like, you think you got time, you don't.
All right, so now I'm going to just ask you, right, now that you're 28.
Yeah.
What advice, and I feel like everyone always asks this question, but I like to hear multiple answers from multiple people. The reason why is because even though it's the same question, everybody has a different backstory.
Facts.
So like based on your backstory, upbringing, now that you're 28, what would you tell yourself at 18, a decade ago?
So let's see. 10 years ago, I graduated high school when I was 17. I went to college. So this would have been coming up on my second year of college or in the middle of my first and second year. And I got kicked out of college that year. So rolling into that, ideally, what I would tell myself is to stay focused, right? Because I wasn't focused. I was trying to do a whole bunch of other things that didn't have anything to do with my actual mission, which at that time was go to college, graduate with a degree, and go for the NFL, right? I was so much focused on so much other stuff, you feel me? Like street stuff, you feel me? Females, you feel me? All kind of stuff, right? So I would say the number one thing I would tell myself at the age of 18 is stay focused and listen to people older than you that have more experience in the things that you want to do. With them two things alone, just those two things alone, it'll probably have changed a lot. Now, I'm not in a bad predicament. Everything happens for a reason. And you know what I'm saying? We doing pretty straight. You know what I'm saying? Last year, we down there did almost 200 from the highs. So, and this year, we really on the same pace. So, and better. So, I probably would be in the NFL if I would have stayed a little more focused. But stay focused, you know what I'm saying? And listen to people that are actually in the position that you want to be and have done the things that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, a wise man learns from others' mistakes and a fool learns from his own mistakes. So somebody telling you that the fire hot, like, I'm pretty sure the fire is hot, right? You don't gotta touch it to find out. So that's my biggest thing right there.
That's good.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That cuts a lot of time in half.
I'm gonna be real. It's a lot of shit because that used to be my whole MO. I'm like, nah, I'm a trial and error type of dude. I gotta try it at least once. So that was my MO. I learned, but that wasted a lot of money and time when I could have either paid the piper and learned the information faster, or I could have just listened to what somebody was telling me in a smarter way. Even to the fact of when I got kicked out of school, my people was telling me, oh, don't go here, don't go to community college, go over here and go to school and just wait. I'm like, no, I'm going to school. I went to community college. I ended up wasting some of my eligibility for football. Mind you, if I would have just waited, I could have went straight on the team. And that's another instance of not listening to people and running into roadblocks that I didn't have to run into.
Wanting to figure out on your own.
Wanting to figure out on my own. So that's just like, you gotta, wise man seek wise counsel. My stepdad told me that. That always stuck with me. Wise men seek wise counsel.
You know, I think that's what it is. That's the number one thing right there. Ask questions.
Yeah.
And don't take everything at face value, but ask questions. Don't lean on your own understanding.
Out the Bible. Now that's straight out the Bible. Lean not on thy own understanding. Facts.
Yeah.
That's straight out the Bible right there. But nah, that's some good shit though. It's just, you know what I'm saying? People don't be, everybody want to do their own thing. I feel like the generations nowadays, they are probably a little bit more wild west than we was.
They are, but it's much different.
Different times.
We kind of like transitioned into the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But now like the kids are like born with a tablet in their hand.
Yeah.
Like they literally are the internet.
Yeah, literally.
But it's like you can't fault them or even downplay it because like
that's the
internet is the actual real world.
And you know what? And also people lack or discredit the influence that social media has on an adult brain, let alone a kid brain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's grown people that they whole little shit come off social media. Like, everything they get they juice from is off the internet. And imagine, like, this is a 20, 30, 40, 50, like, year olds and all over. So now imagine a kid brain who are sponges anyway, and they learning everything all the time anyway. Now you saying they got the internet, which is a double-edged sword at their hand where they could look up anything, everything, and the algorithm could implant basically anything into their brain at any time.
Yeah.
And Like, you at the most tenderest age for brain development, and you getting hit by 1,005 TikToks a second, 1,000 Instagram reels.
To that point,
shit crazy.
You know, Inception is my favorite movie.
That's one of mine too.
Like,
that's
if I were to say,
shit.
like, yeah, like, I would say top 3. But for the sake of this conversation, because you got things like The Matrix, too.
Yeah.
That's like my vibe.
Love
like things that make me think.
And Drumline, my favorite movies, like on some other shit. But
I feel
like, yeah, on some that shit.
And it's like,
yeah.
The main thing I took out of that movie is a thought is like a virus.
Facts.
And
you gotta think about what you're thinking about.
To pair it with what you were saying before, which is like, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know.
Right. There's things that you know you don't know,
yeah,
and there's things that you don't even know you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, if you can implant a thought into a person, as small as it may be,
that shit can go.
It will develop. It will.
You know what? Thinking about the actual movie Inception, that's actually the whole, like, that was there. It's like, I just need to implant a piece of an inklet of a thought of something to make you act out in real life.
To manifest.
Okay.
And they said the manifestation starts with the thought.
Okay. Now we cooking. Let them cook, man. Let them cook, man.
And it's like, right now, thoughts that should not be taking over your whole life are actually viruses.
Facts. Literally cancers.
Literally. It's killing you.
Literally. The thoughts that you're
waking
thinking
up every day and doing what you don't want to do is killing you.
Literally.
Because you think that you can't do anything else.
Well, they say that you tie a chair to an elephant at a young age, he gonna still think that chair holding him back. And he 1,000,000 times stronger than that chair. But the mental is so strong. Like, you gotta understand why a lot of institutions and a lot of things exist as they do today, like playing on the Willie Lynch theory. Like, you gotta really understand, like, the mind is just it's the most powerful thing in the world. So now all I gotta do is implement the right idea or the wrong thought idea on this powerful train, and that shit gonna fucking create a whole shit, right? So it's like that situation is gonna create an entire clusterfuck, right? So it's like, why would you even let something like that control you? But it's hard, right? Which is why you gotta focus. You gotta clean up all the noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be conscious of your thoughts, thinking about what you're thinking about, right? It's you getting hit from like, the mind is. You gotta understand, there's a boardroom of people right now trying to understand how to conquer your mind from your living room right now. Like, this is actively happening. So, like,
this is what we do.
You gotta protect your mind with everything you got. Feel me? Protect your energy. Protect your energy. Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Just thinking about how, like, that shit just made me think about so much, like, rabbit hole shit. Like, I swear. Like, the mind, boy.
That's where it starts. Which goes back to what you said. The strongest in the world is a made-up mind.
That's it.
And it's like, all that is in our face every day.
And you supposed to get tested. You supposed to. What you think going to the gym is? That's testing you so you can get stronger. What you think doing math problems is? That's testing you so your brain could get stronger in math. What you think writing out paragraphs and writing every chance you get? That's strengthening your mind and your hand and your core memory and all of those things that work together. What you think constantly speaking does? You strengthening your oratory skills, right? Like, all of these things, right? You have to strengthen everything, right? It's called, what is atrophy? If you don't use it, you lose it, right? You feel me? You have to continue to work on these things daily, nightly. You gotta always be reading. You gotta always be leveling up your physical, your mental, eating well. Like, all of these things matter, right? Because the more clear you are overall, the more unfoggy your mind can be. So we can go back to being able to have clarity and being able to manifest and being able to have the willpower to actually make these things happen. Because, excuse me, like, bro, if you got a foggy mind, bro, you can't. You thinking about you in survival mode, but you can't manifest. You trying to manifest $1, like,
and that's the issue, right? No, exactly that. I'm glad you said that. In survival mode, the only thing you're trying to manifest is getting out of survival mode.
That's it.
You're not even thinking about anything else. That's for you an afterthought. I'll think about that once I get here.
Facts.
And it's just like for a homeless person, it's just like if you ask for $1, you get $1. But the homeless guy who asks specifically for $5, although it sounds like a big ask, is gonna make way more money because someone might give him $3. Someone might give him $2. But you ask for $1, you're gonna get $1. And of course you have your few and far, people who will give you maybe $2-3. But the person who consistently asks for $5 will make more money. Because in his mind, even though he's homeless, he's still a little bit past the typical survival mode of other people who are homeless with that mindset in mind, or rather, his baseline.
Right.
In his mind, I need this much because I'm not trying to just survive like them.
Right.
I want to be able to, buy the little food that I like. Maybe once in a while I want to stay in a motel.
Get my dope.
Yeah, whatever it is, but like...
Get my bill.
He wants to live comfortably in his world.
Yeah.
In fact, he wants to live like a king in his world.
Right.
So I respect it. I may not give you $5, but I might shoot you $3.
Right. Hey, man, closed mouths don't get fed, man. You feel me? Gotta take all that shit, man.